Hello, what's going on, guys? Welcome back for another show. Today I'm going to show you a thriller film, The Contagion. During her business trip in Hong Kong, Barry is enjoying a secret phone call with her ex-lover, which makes her ignore her continuous cough and low fever with her body. She then flies back home for her husband. While in the city Hong Kong, a young man with the same symptoms falls down and hits a car accident. Similar case also happens in London, where after work, a model suffers a sudden death at her bathroom. It's reported worldwide, with cases of people dying of unknown disease. While staying at home, Barry collapses with seizure. Her husband Mark rushes her to the hospital. She dies away with unknown cause. Still under depression, Mark returns home and finds that his stepson also died with similar symptoms. Mark soon put in isolation for close observation. The doctors are busy with research on the brain slice samples taken from Barry. They locate the highly contagious virus, which would collapse the host immune system within a short time. The American Disease Control Center sends its researchers for investigation. While from the doctor interview during the quarantine, Mark happens to find that her wife maintained a secret relationship with her ex-lover and want to know whether the lover is infected. At the Disease Control Center, the researcher determines the virus is a genetic mix of pig and bat-borne viruses. This is a brand new virus for human, with high mortality rate, and the worst, no vaccine by far. The center orders to destroy the sample in case of possible infection. But the doctor violates the order and continues his research. He finally separates the virus cells and turns to work on a vaccine. Due to its rapid spread, it's projected that more than 8 million people would be infected worldwide. Meanwhile, the World Health Organization also dispatches an epidemiologist for investigation in Hong Kong, where the virus is said to originate. The epidemiologist traces down Barry's travel routes. From the videotape showing Barry's contacts in a local casino, the epidemiologist identifies Barry as the first case carrying the virus that's believed to spread among people through direct contact. While on the other side, Mark is released from quarantine by the hospital after they confirm that Mark is totally immune to the new virus. Mark then returns home with his teenage daughter. The Disease Control Center plans to take the stadium as a temporary quarantine shelter. They negotiate with local bureaucrats, who are very reluctant to commit resources for a public health response under the excuse of short budget. 14 days later in a local hotel, the girl working for the Disease Control Center happens to find she's got infected by the virus. Despite of the panic, she manages to confirm with the hotel for any possible contacts there. She then warns the hotel to take quarantine and reports this bad news to the Disease Control Center. The center tries to take its staff back for medical care, but finds that the only airplane with a quarantine compartment has already been expropriated by a high government official who's also got infected. What's worse, many area has been blocked up due to the virus outbreak. It ends up the poor girl can't make it through the virus attack and dies at a local hospital soon. While at the same time the rumor of virus spread has been transmitted rapidly, the panic spreads out among people, resulting in cities' big chaos and stoppage. While a famous YouTuber posts a video claiming that he has cured himself of the new virus by use of a medicine derived from forsythia. People are all overwhelming the pharmacies for the medicine. During a television interview, the YouTuber even discloses the director of Disease Control Center tries to cover up the useful medicine from ordinary people and make dirty deals with pharmaceutical companies for profits. What's more, the director is challenged that he even secretly informed friends and family to leave the city before it's quarantined. Suffered from this breaking news, the director is then taken under investigation. In the 26th day of the virus outbreak, the death toll worldwide has reached 2.5 million. Many countries declare the state of emergency. People unrest for daily necessities, with home breaks and robberies everywhere. Mark prepares weapons for safe of him and his daughter, while his daughter is still dating her boyfriend, and want to let go of themselves in the snowy day. That triggers Mark's anger badly. On the other side, after days and nights of tests on monkeys, the research team successfully finds the immune body, but it still needs to take a couple of weeks of clinical test before it's put into use. To cut out the lengthy time to take the consent from infected patients, the researcher takes a shot in herself with the experimental vaccine. She then visits her father, who's also a doctor, but gets infected due to his contact with the patients. Thanks to her sacrifice and courage to test the vaccine herself, the vaccine is later declared a success and then put into production. By the 131 day of the virus outbreak so far, 26 million people has been claimed lives worldwide. Due to limited vaccine doses, the government has to allocate them to people by lottery. Those who are unlucky to hit the lottery choose to make their own way for the limited resources. Some even kidnap the epidemiologist, trying to find some vaccines from her, but only finds a box of placebo. The Disease Control Center director is given the priority to 2 vaccine doses for his family, but he chooses to give 1 shot to his wife, and the only one left, the cleaner's child. Meanwhile, the YouTuber has found that he faked his illness to boost the sales of Forsythia medicine. He gets arrested for securities fraud and manslaughter. But due to lack of strong evidence for those crimes, and under the pressure from his fans, the government has to release him. Nevertheless, as a public influencer, the YouTuber continues posting videos on YouTube to keep his lies about the vaccines. Mark's daughter waits home lonely for love, and finally get the chance to let go of their hormone with her boyfriend, who's taken the vaccine. While before the family photo, the poor Mark can't help crying for his late wife. Earlier to this story, a tree is knocked down in Hong Kong. The disturbed bats fly over with its food, which drops into a pig farm. The contagious food is then eaten up by a pig, which is slaughtered, and prepared by a chef for a local casino, who shakes hands with the visitor Barry, transmitting the virus to her. This is Daniel CC Movie Review. Bye.